One of our primary concerns, particularly on a masonry structure, is the flashing details on the entire wall system, including the windows and doors. And so we pushed to build mock-ups so that everybody could work through those details ahead of time. So once all the crews are here working, all the details are worked out ahead of time. So this is a typical mock-up that we did for the high school to work through all those details. This was the original step showing the interpretation as the contractor saw it on the drawings. This is not the way it ended up. We actually ended up modifying it. We drew drawings to qualify it along with the consultants that we have on the project to modify it to come up with the way it's actually installed over here. But there is a case where Tony pointed out this flashing should have continued on out. This is the way it was drawn. We modified that through a detail. Tony, you want to show some of the details on there?
This is all called the envelope, and that's your insulation. Here's your mortar net. If you don't know what the mortar net does, it catches the droppings and lets the water go down here and come out the weep holes, if you can see them.
There's one over here in this joint.
So the flashing coming down here and turning out the bottom. It doesn't come out the bottom now, but it does over there. So all the water comes out the weep holes. This is kind of a detail with the window. That this is still your air barrier, and it continues from the front all the way up to the back of the windows. If this was a window, what I miss, Bob?
No, and this is just the windowsill removed that would actually sit on top of this flashing. So it worked out here. Particularly was this blocking detail was a concern for several of the consultants. So this allowed everybody to be able to touch and feel and actually work through the details, so that when the drawings were, when the actually construction was done, all these details were worked out in advance.
I'm superintendent of Highland Local Schools. I've been superintendent for 7 years. Before that, I was principal for several years at Highland Middle School, and a teacher before that at Highland Middle School. So this is my 29th year here at Highland, and enjoyed the whole time. The project scope calls for the building of a new high school, which is something that we're very excited about, and then the renovation of our existing high school into a middle school, and the renovation and addition of our elementary school, so that we will become a campus. The process of quality is an interesting process, because you design something that you've never seen before, and as it starts to be built into pieces, you kind of trust those that know to tell you whether things are going the way they're supposed to or not. I couldn't build a building if I had to build a building, but I trust that Quandel has the experience to know when something is of quality or something is of inferior quality. When I talk about Quandel and quality, I talk about them coming to me and letting me know these things are being done well and everything is proceeding as expected. Here's some things we need to pay attention to, and they'll bring them to my attention and correct them. They'll make their list, and we'll follow up with that list through our meetings until that's corrected and done the way it was supposed to be done and the way it was specified. Well, similar to the relationship between Quandel and the school district, we have that same relationship with our core team. So anything that we want to talk about, we talk about openly. We establish some core rules, really, our measures of success that we talked about before the project even started, about what we would think, how this would be deemed a successful project. And one of those things was open communication. So that's just the way I work. I told them coming in that if you have secrets, we're in trouble. If you can't call things onto the table that need to, and if the school district is behind or not making a decision, or we're hampering the project, then you need to inform us of that. And I'm going to do the same with you. That if you're hurting the educational process, for instance, why we have school going on, we have renovation going on, and if there's a problem, I'm going to come to you and talk to you. And conversely, if we're holding up your project in some way, I want you to come to me and talk to me. So that teamwork has been awesome.